So let's get going with our SMART goal setting. Um, we do like our acronyms, don't we, in psychology? So we're going to go through this one bit by bit. The very first bit, of course, that we've got is specific. When we're setting our goal, it is going to be specific. We're not going to make it woolly or poorly defined. So that's the first step that we've got. Secondly, our goal is going to be meaningful. Um, And that means that it's going to be personally meaningful to us. It's going to be tied in with our value system, the things that kind of keep our light on inside of us, that gets you up in the morning, that gives your life meaning. That's what that is all about. And our goal is going to be adaptive. What does that mean? Well, it means that it adds value to our life. It benefits our life. In the long term, it makes our life better, our daily functioning, our well-being. And our goal has to also be realistic. We're not just setting a good intention here. We're setting something that is within our power to achieve. And also, our goal is going to be timely. It's going to be time bound. It's going to have that specific time limit on it. So that's what our acronym stands for. And we're going to have a look at these, all of them, in depth as we go. So here we're gonna use an example that we might have the thought that I want to improve my diet and eat more healthily. This is our example that we're going to use. So how do we make this specific? Well, we're gonna just look at some examples here. So here are some specific goals, and in contrast with those non-specific ones. We've got eat more fruit and veg, drink more water, or eat less meat and dairy. These, as you can see, they don't have that specific nature to them. Whereas our specific goals, we're putting a number on that. We're saying I'm going to eat my 5 a day, drink my 8 glasses of water a day, or eat my 3 plant-based meals a week. So um, these are good examples of a specific goal. Um, Obviously, I would suggest that you pick one goal at a time if you're going to have a go at SMART goal setting. But these are just three examples of a way that you could um, make that thought that you've got of improving your diet more specific. So to drill it down to make it something that we can operationalize into a SMART goal. Let's move on. So now we're going to have a look at what meaningful means with our SMART goal setting. Again, we're having our thought, aren't we, that we might want to improve our diet and eat a bit more healthily. So where are we going with this? Well, the question I want you to think about here is, why do you want to do this? And what are the values that are driving that intention that you've got? Why is this important to you? This behavior that you're intending or thinking about doing. So I've got some examples here again, and I'm relating them here to our goals that we've set here. So eating my 5 a day, and maybe that it would be to model healthy eating to the kids. And the underlying goal beneath that, what's driving that, might be to be a good parent, to be a good and caring parent, and to be the best you can be at that. And we've got our 8 glasses of water again, and what might be the value behind that? Well, that could be to improve our own health and well-being. Maybe you're hoping to improve your concentration, hoping to improve your health. Uh, The benefits of drinking more water are well known. Everything from glowing skin to improve energy and better performance at the gym, all of those kinds of things that we've got going on. So our value is to kind of look after ourselves, show ourselves that really good self-care, and give our bodies what it's asking for. So respecting ourselves in many ways with that value. And our goal to eat the 3 plant-based meals a week, well, perhaps we're the kind of person who really has uh, those ethics, that they care about the planet, they care about the welfare of animals. It might even be related to beliefs around reduced suffering and lots of belief systems and ethical systems, not doing harm to others. Also includes animals and the environment. So that might be a value that someone could hold, or that you even yourself might hold. So that value can be linked to eating sustainably for the planet, and in a way that is in line with those ethics or beliefs that you might hold. So we can see here the deeper meaning behind our goal, and I encourage you to look for that when you're setting your SMART goals. So let's have a look at what we mean when we say adaptive in the SMART goal model. Um, so what I want you to do when you think about your goal here is to um, think really hard and honestly about how this goal might have the potential to improve the quality of your life, or your well-being, or your happiness long term. What potential does it have to have a meaningful difference here to your life, and perhaps make it more rewarding? So we're going to take a look at our example goals here. And the first one that we have is eating 5 a day, uh, linked to the value that we talked about earlier of being a good parent, modeling that healthy behavior to your children. So when we're making a list of those potential pluses of this goal, we might include things like health benefits to ourselves. We might have that knock-on benefit of our children perhaps eating a bit more fruit and veg because of our behaviour that we're modelling. But also we might find that we're doing things like spending more time with the family, cooking and sharing food and things like that. So it also has the potential to perhaps improve our relationships. So let's have a look at our second goal here, on drinking 8 glasses of water a day. Of course, the benefits of this are quite well known, aren't they? And we can link it uh, to the value that we might have of caring for our own self, of improving our own health, of nourishing ourselves and our body and giving it what it needs. So what we're doing there is we're practicing really great self-care. We're looking after ourselves and honouring our body. And there are many health benefits, aren't there, to this habit of drinking our 8 glasses of water a day. That improved hydration, it can make us more alert, it can improve our performance cognitively. And of course, lots of people say that it can even help to improve our appearance, our skin, and things like that. So the benefits of that are well documented, aren't they? And we've got our third example of goal here, to eat our 3 plant-based meals a week. And we can link this to values that we might have about caring for the environment, the welfare of animals. That can be linked to someone's ethics um, and their beliefs system. So the outcome of that would not only be potentially better health for you, but also perhaps if you held those beliefs and those values, that you'd be living in line with them. You'd be indulging in behaviours that make you feel good and that support that value that you hold deep in your heart. So all of these have the potential to have these wonderful outcomes. Um, yeah, so what we're doing is we're making a list of the positives here that are linked to our goal before we even begin. Leading on quite nicely from that last slide we looked at, we're going to have an explore of what it means to have a realistic goal here. So again, we've got our example. I want to improve my diet and eat more healthily. Um, and we're going to check our goal. Is this something that is practical for us? Does it have those pitfalls? Does it have those things that might make it unachievable for us? Can we realistically do this without upheaving our entire life, without kind of rearranging the furniture completely here? So let's have a look. We've got our eat our 5 a day. Is that something that you could realistically do? And we're looking at everything around that. We're looking at things like the inconvenience of that. Is this something that we can do? Do we live in a place where we have access to uh, fruit and vegetables easily at a low cost? Yeah, factoring in the cost of that. Is this something that it's practical for us to do? How are we able to do this? Can we do things like maybe consider not just fresh fruit and vegetables, but frozen fruit and vegetables, juices, soups, things like that? We're thinking about all aspects of how we can incorporate that into our daily living and how we can make that really practical and achievable for us. So that's something to think of. Is this going to be inhibitive? Is it going to be expensive? Is this something that we can actually do in reality? So we've got our less realistic examples here as well. Uh, of eating only fresh, organic, homegrown fruit and vegetables, only drinking water, and being completely vegan. My goodness, what a saint. Um, yeah, so those things are kind of at the extreme end of the scale. These are the land of good intentions without looking at the practical aspects, the realism of our goal. So really look very hard at this stuff. If you are, as an example, going for those 3 plant-based meals per week, that's an example. Um, yeah, can you achieve that? Is that something that you can actually do in terms of access to those things? And how can you make that possible? So yeah, we're looking at the nuts and bolts of our goal. We're looking at the practical aspects of it. Because if this is something that is not easy for you to achieve in reality, then it's not going to be, you're kind of setting yourself an impossible, mission impossible here, aren't you? So, yeah, this is what we're doing at this point. We are looking and checking our goal against reality. So that is something that I encourage you to do and really be honest with yourself as you're doing it. So we're getting to the end of our acronym with T for time bound. And what I want to stress here is that, um, yeah, we're making our goal here even more specific by adding time constraints to it. And why? Why are we doing this? What is the significance of having a time-bound goal? Well, if we do that, then what we are doing is we're able to then say, hey, I've achieved that goal. And we're putting that down and we're making that a milestone. We're able to step back and look and see that we've achieved that goal. And why is that important? Well, it allows us to keep our motivation on the tracks and to keep our motivation high as we're going along towards our goals in the long term. So let's have a look at our examples here with our example goals that we've been using. And Yeah, we might make our goal daily. We might set that within our 24-hour period. We might even put a specific time of the day on that if you wanted to make it really specific. Or maybe it might be a weekly goal. Maybe it might be kind of Sunday to Sunday that you might set your goal. But do try to set a time on that because, of course, then you're able to celebrate your success and say, "Wow, I did it this week," to keep your motivation running along. So that is why we do that. So have a think about that as you're setting your own goals and see if you can do that, because it's going to really help you. So the only thing really left to do here is to try your SMART goal system. And once you've got it, you can try doing that in the immediate, the short term, or even the long term. You could try setting those goals for yourself and see how it works out for you. Now, if you do not achieve your goal, that that is something that can happen for all of us. But if it does, let's try and make it an opportunity to go back and have a look at our SMART goal system and check in with all those little parts of it and see, is this realistic for us? Does perhaps the time constraint need changing on this? Are there other things that I can look at to make it more realistic? Is this really aligning with what's important to me? So we go back through that system and have a look. Also, what is really important if we do not achieve our goal within our time constraint is to be compassionate to ourselves, to be kind to ourselves rather than beating ourselves up if we do not achieve that goal the first time we set it. So that is really very important. So we're using, as always, our curiosity and our compassion when we're approaching our goal. And just because you haven't achieved your goal this time around doesn't mean that it's impossible for you. So using this system, it is more likely that you will be able to set those goals that are achievable for you and to keep your motivation high and to keep it on track. So try it out, try the SMART goal system and let me know how you get on with it. Um, of course, any comments or questions, just let me know. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Yeah, give it a go.